There we go. See, anybody in there? Okay, cool. I'm live. All right. So, right out of the gate, already underwater, but that was expected. Let's do it. So, hey guys. Good morning. Today we're playing with fire, pretty much. So, what do you call it? We have PETZ and EVAX. PETZ. This is something like a bounce short, but not really, because this bounce short isn't, this resistance isn't really like worth investing in, but it's still enough pressure to shake people out, and it extended a lot in the pre-market, so people are going to be wary of it, and it's going to push it down. I did some trading in the pre-market already. This went up to like $8, just showing how it the resistance is not very reliable, but it's still enough that it went up all the way like past 200%. Now it's coming back down. So I have a position at like 4.4. That was actually like pretty bad position, but like I went in like pretty small. EVAX. This is another one that went up to like $7, like closer to 300%. And we know how, these overextended gap ups, how they like crash really hard. So I'm in at 22 something right now. With EVAX, this is not a confirmed top at the moment. So what's the play right now is we're only going to aim for like 20% on the PETZ. And so I'm already in at 22.21 and 4.4. So if anything, I actually might just cover my little positions now, because since this is overcrowded right now, several float rotations, I'm expecting the early shorts like me to get squeezed and then come back later when it hits like $6 or like $7 and then write it back down to like $4. But other than that, I expect this to go somewhere closer to, where did this open again? It's something like closer to 2. So like 2. Yeah, but other than that, I'm kind of waiting for EVX to develop. It looks like it's halted right now. But in the meantime, so you got like 2.5 times 1.25. Yeah, okay, so this can go into like the low 3s and only have like $2,000 in both. Like each. Like that's my exposure. When it comes to the borrows, I didn't borrow like that super expensive stuff. I was up since 4 o'clock in the morning, and what do you call it? Like TZ has been glitchy or whatever, but like sometimes if you get the glitch at the right time, you won't get the $1.50 borrow. You get like a 50-cent borrow. And so I got lucky. I got 500 shares for 48, but that was the only luck I had. I couldn't get any more. That's for EVAX. PETZ, this has always been cheap, which is kind of sketchy, so I'm being really wary of that, because yeah, other than that, if I don't see a clear break within like the next 2 minutes, I'm covering this I should have covered it already. Like, look at it, because it's very overcrowded right now. But what was I say? I want to make sure I get the most of my gains, because like usually what happens is those type of shakes, they're trying to get you to like go out before they do the big drop. And I've seen enough of those to where you're not going to get me like too many times. See, like if I would have got shaken out by that, I wouldn't have seen this drop. But the thing is, if it finds some type of support, it's going to go back up twice as the amount. And like, that's kind of what we want for like maximum gains. I'm just going to cover right now. I'll also take this off.
Executed.
And so that gives me like a 365. This is change. Like, what do you call it? This is lunch money. That's what we called it. I could wait till this got to like the low 3s and probably like doubled it, but it's not worth that kind of trade. This is worth enough to get your borrow fees back. And like, that's what I did. Borrow fees plus a little bit more. Plus it's going to give me a little room on the next trade. Because like EVAX, this is going to have a lot more edge because it's a higher price stock. And like at this point, we can basically take this off so we don't get distracted and accidentally go back in. But what else? I forgot I was about to say something else. All the other plays, they didn't look very. Oh yeah. Hi, Caesar. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, the only edge on PTZ now is if it goes back up to like 7, and pretty much what that means is, I'll use this one. Pretty much there's only 30 million resistance at like $4.8, $5 area up to like $7. And that's why this got overextended and it's going to be slowly pushed down throughout the day. But at any point between like now and like 11 o'clock, it could reverse and then go back up to 5. And then that's the minimum that we would want to like, start shorting it again. But other than that, if it goes higher than that, we're going to look for something closer to like a gap through resistance. And then the resistance is going to be like this area. For EVX, this is the scary one. Because like we don't know where the top is going to be for this. Because like I can't really tell if it's glitches or not. But a lot of the scanners are saying that this went up to $54. And that's scary. But at the same time, mama didn't raise no bitch. And so we're going to have at least a little bit in here. And we're going to risk, since I only have a fifth of my borrows in, I risk up to 20% of like what we borrowed. And that still puts us like on track for our long-term goals. But in this, we're only looking for 20%. We can actually get up to like 70%, like let this go down to like $12, $13. Especially since it came from like, I think it was like, it came from 6. Yeah, but like, it's not going to go all the way back there. My general like rule of thumb, okay, cool. It's good we had a position, but it wasn't worth a big position because we don't know where the top is. Like closest one was like 27, then 24, like lower highs, but it still has enough, what do you call it? It's on SSR. And so with SSR, there's a lot of incentive to like beat up the shorts. But what's that doing? Yeah, this came from 6. Let me just make sure that's the actual day. Yeah, 6.5. This came from 6. Like, just do some basic math, and you'll see this is go somewhere closer to $8. But what happens is, since it's on SSR, and I think warrants, 424B, you have to play with the supply in your head, and so you're expecting like 10, probably 12. Because a lot of people are just going to hold it and like expect some type of dip buy, especially if it tries to go down that fast. Just like assuming that much. So this 18 right now, we're still in the danger zone until this gets to like 15. Yeah, at least 15. We're still going to be in danger until like 1 o'clock. But if we're only aiming for like 20, 30%, that's different. Because I'm already at 22. I'm up 600, which is, pretty good for only having 2,000 in. That's, how many percent? Yeah, that's 26%. So if anything, I should actually cover right now, wait for a bounce, go back in after it forms a top within the next hour. And I don't have, since I'm not in the pre-market anymore, I can actually do, what do you call it? Market orders. I'm just trying to decide if I want to be greedy or not. Because, like, you don't want to get into this mindset of scalping, pretty much. Like, taking trades that are, like, very short ranged. Because that's going to be a toxic habit that's going to pay other people back later. But for now, yeah, I could just get my money and run. And, like, I'm really on the edge, too, to do it. Because, if I'm thinking it, there's probably a million other people thinking it at the same time. But at the same time, we're in a halt. So, like, we don't know if this is going to halt down or if it's going to halt up. And, like, that's why we got to be quick as soon as it, opens. But in the meantime, how you guys doing? Make money yesterday? Trade? Did I create an outline? Oh, I just did this. Yeah, unknown top, SSR. When I say SSR, that means when you track it in your data, you don't track it like the normal, where you at? There you are. You don't track it like the normal 120 market cap and 9 million float in your statistics. You want to put it all the way on the right or the left, however you separate your SSRs from normal tickers. So in my case, so any one of these, you go all the way to the right, there's a whole nother statistic side. Wait, wrong one. What is it? I think it was like 100. Yeah, so pretty much any one of these. So like you have some on the left, and then you go all the way to the right. Then I make mine gold right here, and then this is where the SSR tickers like start to track. And then like that's how you want to treat those, because the supply is different, and so you don't want to contaminate your normal supply data. At the same time, I think it was EV. Pretty much one of these, I'm pretty sure is the Pets. Pets has warrants, a 424B, and you know that affects the supply too. And that's the only reason I had enough. I don't want to say balls, but like I had enough confidence to go in the pre-market. But other than that, I'm still waiting for this, because like whenever you're in a position, you can kind of see based off of your gain and losses what kind of struggle is happening inside of the not that one, inside of the halt. And so right now I just lost 2%. So like it probably went down, found some type of support, and slightly coming up. But at this point we just don't know. And so what's gonna happen is, as soon as this open, or I could just like put a limit right now for like 19, not try to get the full thing. Where's the previous price? 22 point, no, that's me. This was, last price 18.8. Yeah, so what I could do is like, you know, I can cover right now, wait till like a $2-3 bounce, put in like half the size I originally did, see if there's a spike after that, and then put the rest on like for a big hammer, and then risk like 5%. And then at that point, you know, I'll have a cushion from like this little bounce. And so at one point I'll net zero. Like even if I do take that 5% loss on my max position, I'll still have the gains from here to where I'll be risking nothing to make everything. And so there's all kinds of like little tricks you can do. But other than that, let me take this off. Every time it moves, it scares me. If I really need to look at it, I'll look over here. Same thing with car. Grrr, I did. I wanted to short that too. It's fine. What about BBB? Okay, yeah, that's not worth it. But car though. Yeah, I'll skip on that. What am I doing? So let's do. Okay, I think I might actually put a limit order. Okay, I'm not worried about it. What am I doing? So no. Oh yeah, yesterday's trades. You know, since we're in this halt, let me actually pull up car, because that might be something I might be interested in if it bounces up to like 290 again, because there's a lot of resistance up there from the previous day. What am I doing? But other than that, yesterday I traded FATBB, super low float, like a micro float. What am I doing? Car. And it was a micro float, and so I haven't traded a micro float in a long time, and so I was too scared to actually make a lot of profits on that. I had all the opportunities in the world, but just holding it was like nerve-wracking. And so there were several times where I just made $1, like legit multiple times, like $1, and then right after it dropped, you know, 30 something %. And then what do you call it? There was an early squeeze on the way up, and like that was the main reason it was really hard for me to hold it, is because I got in at 21, got out at 23.5, I stuck to my like 7% risk, which was pretty cool. Like I'm happy about that. But at the same time, trying to do that while also trying to short 2 other tickers, I was not about it. I'll stick to just 2 tickers at a time for now. I think this is bouncing. Okay. So like this was kind of predictable because it spent the whole day at 290. And then max went up to like 305 and came back down. And it's still up 170. Where's my 2 month, 15 day? This came from 170 to 500 something. I really want like a bounce up into this area, but right now there's enough to where it can do a slow fade. But I could say 5 divided by 250, 270. Okay, let's do this. So just play with the math. Math. Stop it. 270. Okay, if anything, it might find some support here and then bounce up to here. And then every $15 is about 4% or 4 or 5. Okay, no, that'd be scalping. I'm not trying to do that. I only want the meat of the move. Other than that, how is pets? Okay, so this is coming back up. So the next play on this is the people that shorted from like 4.7 to like wherever this is chasing. They're thinking that it's going to go all the way down. What's most likely going to happen is all these people are going to get squeezed and it goes up to the 5s. And then that's where we start like another minimum short. And if it's within the same morning liquidity, it's going to consolidate for a while and then it's going to go back down. We're going to try to get it on that way down. But that's going to be like 10:30, 11 o'clock area. With CAR, I really want to go into it, but I don't want to give you guys bad habits. EVAX, it's unhalted and it's going down. Good job. I feel like there was another thing. The other one probably wasn't worth it. But so since I have a high position right now, if I want to ride this all the way down, what I could do is on the bounces I could add. But at the same time, I don't want to be too greedy. I'm just going to cover right now. Ooh, wait. Yeah. I should cover real soon. But am I going to do it though? Let's look at the chat and stall. Okay. Wait, there's only Caesar talking. Okay. What am I doing? Yeah, everybody's probably trading. That's fair. I forgot I had Steven's webinar on. I didn't even look at him. Oh, he's going over trades. He's looking at OLB. He's probably doing trade reviews. He's probably looking for the back end of what do you call that? Pets. Yeah. That's probably the only thing ideal for him. I didn't even check the good morning. Nothing ideal so far, but might be worth a watch. Cool. Nothing ideal. That the Pets is really likely to push. Yep. I can fairly push this. I say that 20%. Chimney Pets shortable. Ask for chimney. Now what am I doing? Okay, so I could just wait for these guys to get shake out, but it's just to get borrow fees back, so not gonna worry about it too much. Let's just wait for a dip. And
executed.
Right there. Now, okay, that's okay. I'm okay with this. So I took one loss, and that was from 18 to 22, and that was a pre-market thing. That's fine. And then like that was also kind of a chase because I was at 22 before, but it's a limit order, so it didn't go through. But yeah. Overall, I'm up 1,000. So yeah, I can't complain. I can walk away right now. But I want more money. or not money. I want more like percentage. Oh, look at it. It's going down. Well, that's fine. We're still looking for the back end of PETZ. So no FOMO. Now with this, it still has the chance to go back up. And if it does, it's going to have to get past all that morning people that were trapped, as well as the early shorts. Since I was at 22, this was one of those things where, wait, I already said it before. If I was greedy, I could wait for those like $3 bounces and I can add in like partial. And the way you would go about that is, since I had 100 shares out of 500 that I borrowed very cheaply, I do 1 divided by 5 times, what was it, like 22 point, let me be exact, 22.2, okay, 22.1, and then that gives me 4.44. I remember that number, and then let's say I waited for a bounce to, where's let's say I waited for a bounce till, wait, is this the same thing? Why does it say $3? 2 minutes. Okay, let's try 1 minute. Oh, it's on the 1 hour. That's 2 days. Try this. Hold on. Oh, it's because I'm looking at EVX. Okay. What am I doing? It's over here. I'm trolling. I'm just straight trolling. Hold on. 2 minute, 2 day. Ooh. There we go. It's just that red is beautiful. I want a red car now. All right, now what am I doing? 16.69. Okay, so if I hypothetically went in at 16.69, I'd put in the rest of my position, and that'd be like 16.69, and I'd add the previous number, which was 4.4, 4.42. What was it? Yeah, 4.442. 42. And then my average would be somewhere around there. With, I think I borrowed only like 10,000 worth, and only did 2,000 just to get my borrow fees back. But then this would be my risk. And what will happen is, since I gained $600 on this one, and this is worth $10,000, 17 point, let's round it up to 8. So 17.8 is where we would be. We'd be risking $700, which we made on the front end. And what that would look like is $10,000. Wait. 700 divided by $10,000. And then that gives us a 7% risk. And so if we risk that 7%, then we net zero. And like the thing is, only thing left will be downside. Because like if we have that what was it, 17.7? Yeah, 17.8. So if we have, 17 point, let's just do 8. And then times 0.07, that gives us like up to 19 before we actually start even taking a loss. And, this is going to go closer to like, closer to 10. And so, $15 down to 10, but we'll have our average at like 17. That would give us, I don't want to do too much math in my head. I still have to stay aware of other stuff. Okay. But what am I doing? 17.87. Say it goes to 12. Be very conservative. 17.8. Yeah, so that still gives us like another 37%. And then that's going to be the full position 730%. And so my mouse is freezing. Or did it die? Crap. Oh, no. Huh. I can use this. So anybody else see this? I'm being trolled. I don't even understand why. Like it's not dead. Yeah. Well, worst case, I have a backup behind me. All right, enough of him. So, Let's see if this helped. Yep, it worked. I guess it just dies with the light on, which is kind of weird. So, yeah. I'll just put that there until I need it. But in the meantime, anybody got any questions or something? All right, there we go. So, what am I doing? Oh, I was showing how much she would make. I think it was like 37%. Let's do. Like a lot of this stuff is you don't feel FOMO until you calculate it, and so just don't calculate and you'll be fine. But you see how it's bouncing now? We can easily go in on any of this, and now it kind of has a confirmed top at the high of day. And then the people that don't have brokers, like they're doing it from their phone, what they see is the high of day at like 25. And then what do you call it? If you compare it to like the highest volume, you can see how much like minimum strength or the maximum amount of volume it needs to extend. Like, how do you put that? Basically, it falls so hard, consistently, like consistent running water, that you need at least this amount of volume to even start the uptrend. And like knowing that, you can comfortably size in and then like risk like pretty small. But for now, I'm okay. I made my 1K today. Only thing I would look for on this is, you know, it spikes back up into the 1920s area and then consolidates a little bit. But what's most likely going to happen is, you know, if it does like a slow grind, it is probably stop at 17 and then just gradually go down to like 13, 12 area. But other than that, what am I doing? I'm just doing something. Car. Okay, let's just look at it. Okay, here's the bounce. So no, we're good. So if I go in 50 shares, that's 8,000. Oh, what? That's twice as much. How did I see? 285. Yeah, it's twice as much. What was I doing yesterday? Times 50. Oh, okay. I remember. I was doing it 25s. Okay. Cool. So, so it's 10 o'clock. Is there really no one saying anything? Well, everyone's trading. It's fine. There's something I'm forgetting. Oh, I think I was explaining the trades from yesterday. So, did I make 4K yesterday? I forgot. Some of the days they blend together. Other than that, Pets is still down. Where are you? Oh, there you are. So, I only made 400 yesterday. Huh. Oh, no. That was, I remember. I traded car a little bit, but it just consolidated the entire day. I got tired, took a nap. Same thing with BY. If I remember, this thing dropped, and I just didn't hold my position. Yeah. Yeah, I went in at was this a long? Yeah, it's a small loss. I remember shorting this though. How do I open up the rest of the trades? Oh, here we go, trades. There we go. Yeah, but you can see I overtraded on Fat BB. I made $1 twice. That shows how scared I was on this micro float. Mostly because I took that loss on the way up. Bow, this was a pre-market play. I legit went in 280, and then I saw what the market cap and everything was, and I was like, oh, that's stupid. Never mind, get back out. OLB, same scenario. You know, you're short and then you get squeezed a little bit. You're supposed to come up here like into the consolidation and get like very fixed percentages. Except it went the entire day, and I was not about that. Chimney and Steven, like they had fun with it, but me, nah. These shakeouts would have scared the hell out of me. And you know, they were sweating, but I wouldn't, because I took a nap. I take my nap over, you know, not even not ideal, because it was still within tradable range. But like I'll take a nap over, you know, potential big loss any day. But other than that, there's not much for me to do right now other than just talk. Put pets down, pretty cruel. Oh, putting pets down is pretty cool. It's punny. It's very punny. All right, what is it on Twitter? Everybody was saying something about they thought DWAC and I didn't even put it up today. Oh, let's hopefully that bounces. It didn't. It didn't at all. That's disappointing. But pretty much they were like, oh, this is a sympathy play to pets and you know how everyone just, they think they know what they're talking about, so they just say stuff, like including me. Like when they say it on Twitter, they just say some stupid stuff. But if they have enough of a following, you know, it affects a lot of people. They probably bought those followers, but I'm not going to talk too much stuff. But like just looking at some of this stuff is crazy. When it comes to like biotechs and just technology in general in those sectors, like you have to be like very quick, because you know any type of release can come in. I'll show you that. Where do you find that anyway? Nasdaq.com. There's the 424B that I looked at earlier. Oh, SEC filing. There we go. Pets. I'm pretty sure it was that one. They had 30 million shares. Where you at? 424B. And they did this yesterday. There we go. So I wonder if I could bring up yeah, I know I can. Let me just bring up one of my notes that tells you how to read this. I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay. See, now this is going back up to like 290. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, let me keep that on there while I look through my notes. What am I doing? Oh, I also got to put the chat back up. There you go. Pets and dogs ran together months back. Oh no, news. Knew they were gonna tank someday. You're right. On no news? What? Wait, hold on. I haven't seen dogs. Wait, let me finish my thing first. How's it doing? Yeah. 424B. 424B. Waiting. pulling up a lot of stuff, but not the stuff I want to show. Okay, let's do supply demand. Okay. Ooh, it's doing the bounces. We all knew it was gonna find support. Okay, if it goes up to 310, I'm about to short it. It didn't even have to go up that far. Okay, but I do have to remember that these are really big sizes. So 25. Let me put that in there before I make a mistake. Now think about it. Why am I so confident that it's gonna go back down? Well, it will eventually, but like today, this could easily be the one that spikes up to like 350. And so if I do it, I have to keep a really tight risk. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted. I think I could show this one. Let's just put it in a new window. So, when you have a warrant or you have a offering, it's going to change the supply, and you're supposed to relate that to the what do you call it? I'm just trying not to steer you wrong. Pretty much, the higher the price of the stock, the less the demand's gonna like be for it. If the supply is scarce, and so like pretty much on a normal stock without any news, you're starting at S1. If a warrant comes in, I think it goes like S3. I'm trying to make sure I don't get these backwards. And then the offering comes in, it goes the other way. If an earning comes in, you know, a lot more incentive to like bring in, and so that's only going to change the demand. If there's a merger and like stuff like that, that's only going to change the demand. But with stuff that directly affects the supply, you have to figure out how is it going to affect the supply in terms of like the shifts here. And then how is that going to relate to the amount of demand? And then how that relates to the amount of price. And then the quantity, that's just, you know, for supply. And so you have to ask yourself like a lot of questions. And yeah, I'll leave you to fill in those blanks. Because like you could put any type of news in there, and it's I want to say it's subjective, but it's kind of not and kind of is at the same time. And so like these kind of charts, you find those in the Freedom Challenge. And there's a thing called the Kickstarter, and then there's like the Stats God, there's Topher, and like all these other people that track statistics. And there's other models like this out on the internet. I think I have a few in here. And you just choose the one that makes the most sense to you, and then you use that. It's pretty much whatever you choose to focus on, and then that's how you find some type of edge in that way. And like, because you can make money without tracking news. You can just track momentum. You can track range gain, range loss. You can track like, you know, specific whole numbers, losses, and stuff like that. Then you could take another step. You could do like, you know, whole market caps, how much money's in the market. It really just depends on how much work you're trying to put in the first 6 months, and then spend the next X amount of time, depending on how long you want to stay in the trading, refining the edge that you kind of highlighted during the first 6 months, if that makes sense. But other than that, I started the first first portion kind of scalping, and then, you know, that backfired. But at the same time, what do you call it? That wasn't Steven's strategy. That was more of like my own personal. I'm just like emotional instability. There we go. So don't copy that part. Just follow ducks, and then like the macro strategies that he has. Whenever he alerts, he's just giving you the highest odds play that he knows that you really have to try to mess it up. But you also have to realize that there is that percentage that you can lose, and so you have to learn to lose. And then you have to learn how to maximize the wins. And like learning how to lose just means like, you know, knowing when to yield. In comparison to like the long term. But for now, we're going into like 10:10. We're still in the morning portion. Doesn't look like Pets is coming back anytime soon. And so I think we did like a little calculation earlier, if I remember right. It was like 47 times 1.25. Something like that. I thought it would go like a little lower, but oh well. Other than that, I'm just trying to get the meat of the moves because this is still overcrowded. And so, what do you call it? I can bring up one more just for it. PETZ. Yeah, so this is at 47 million. And when you look at the float and stuff on this, oh, it's over here. As a market cap of 153, float of 14. It's already rotated 3 times. And if we remember right, I'll just bring up the thing. 3 to 5 rotations is like a bullish factor. Anything past the 15 is like a break of the pattern. Where are you? I could just type it in, but like, no, I want to find it manually. It's a manly thing, apparently. I don't think that's why manual is a name manual, but you know, it that's what it means to me. Where are my stats? Okay, I'm just gonna put in the rotation things then. I really don't want to do it. Okay, I'm doing it. Float rotations. Float rotation. Like I have an idea. What brought me to the same place? Am I just blind? Oh, here we go. 3 to 5 times is a bull signal. 10 to 15 times it's bear, and then past 15, like 15 to 20, that's where it's just like good luck. Hey, look at you go down. This is at 15. See, we could have went in at 18, but at the same time, I'd rather just wait for another day, just in case this does do some. I don't know. It has a lot of resistance up here. Yeah, $2 to make potentially 6. Yeah, that's a 1 to 3. Like I'd do it. Okay, if it tests a second time, I'm gonna go in. Especially since I have 500 shares, and it's too expensive for most people to borrow it. But it's on SSR. Okay, chill. Other than that, how's Car doing? Oh, hey Car. What about BB? Okay, BB is still doing his thing, but Car though, I really want this to go into upper 300s. I'm gonna make my position on this. Like we're going in at least 250. I could even put a limit order, like just to make sure I get the right. Okay, chill. All right, so this. Now, there's a lot of people that were at the like 290s area, and they spent the entire day. Like, I don't even know what that range is. 288 to probably like 299. So like they're within like a 4% range, and so the people that are pissed here, they probably just bought here, and so the amount of volume in that day. Okay, I won't go too much into it. Who's saying stuff? Sir, do you have a link for this chart? A link for this chart? Usually what I do is I take a screenshot, and then you right click any one of these. It has a link that you can copy, and then I paste that inside of my Google Doc. But what am I doing? What is it doing? Oh yeah, waiting for this to come up. Cause like if it goes into the, I think it was, I'm waiting for that resistance that was created here. Cause at the end of the day, it went to like 50 something. But before that, it had a lot of tests at like the 30s. And so I'll start my short there. And, you know, I can hold up to 25% on like a fifth of the borrow. Well, it's easy to borrow, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, so 25 once it reaches like, I really want to go in early because I know I can do it. But oh well. Here, let's get this off. This one's already pretty much confirmed. Oh, I was supposed to say deceased. Yeah, that's right, deceased. So I made money, but I still have so much FOMO. All right, what was that doing? I was answering questions. A car has like $1 billion block resistance at 375. Yeah, there was a lot of well-known bigger accounts and hedge funds and other stuff like that. They all went in at 375 and they blew up. Like, because you know how it is. Like, if you go in times 2 leverage, you have 30% room until you blow up. You go in like, you know, times 3 leverage, you got 13%, something like that. And then you go in times 4, you got 5%. You know, these people went in times 4 or times 4 times 5 because, you know, it's a $300 stock. But this thing was acting like a micro float. Like it was volatile. And so the people that went in at like 75, they went in on this candle to where, like, you know, you get it like right here. That thing fluctuated all the way back up to 415, 410, and then came back down. And if you got on this one, you know, depending on your size, you'll be okay up to like 390. But yeah, I felt bad for him. What do you call it? But the people that got here on the short, I don't know if they had enough balls to like hold it overnight. And like, I know I didn't, because if I did like small size, I could have did it. But like on this kind of stock, you don't want to do small size, because you know it's a little safer. But look at EVAX taking another new low of the day without me. Oh, baby, come back. Maybe 218. I was wrong. Okay. Now, what am I doing? Car. Went up to 310. Okay, that's good. Didn't I say I was going to go in at 310? No. I probably thought it. No. I want to be safe, especially since you guys are watching. So let's do 330. But if it goes... oh no, we'll give it time. The morning's almost over. Or not the morning. A big part of the momentum is coming to an end. And then the longs are going to take over. What am I doing? Oh, answering questions. I don't know how to trade these large caps. So pretty much $1 billion caps, large caps. You trade them like a gap up short. When they move like a gap up short based off news and stuff. So what do you call it? Yeah, so car. You know, if you see a big drop like this and you know, it went over 300%, 400%, really whatever like puts you in the hundreds, and then like, you know, you start going into multiple hundreds. As soon as this drops by at least, you know, $100, you know there's going to be a big pullback. And so in this case, it was like pretty slow, but it did come back. Like from, yeah, pulled back $80, but it dropped $230. And so what is that? That's like a 1 to 3. In terms of like, you know, you drop, well, how much did I say? 230, and then it pulls back 80. So I'll just do this. 444 divided by like 307, I think. This says that, and then this one from like 307 to, yeah, you can do this one first. There we go. 307. All right, and now 237 divided by 81. Yeah, so like it's almost 3 times. Or yeah, that's right. 1 to 3. So I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, but like when you do this, like you use this as the base. Be like, hey, this went from, you know, that height to like 170. So that becomes the entire range. And from that range, you want to be like, what's 50%? Well, 50% of that range is 178. Add that to the bottom, 170. That puts you at 354 or 57. And so that becomes a 50% mark. And from that point, you're like, hey, this is where the 50% mark is. All those people using VWAP, Fibonacci, like pretty much all that stuff. You just keep doing the same thing, and you make soft limits and hard limits in your head. And like you don't even need to like do it like exactly. You just need to know where most of the people are going to be and how are they going to react once they reach certain points. So from here to here, let's see. We saw it earlier. It was like 2 something, 250. Where are you? Yeah, 237. So from that 237, you know that's the entire range of the panic. From that, you were like, hey, what does 75% of that look like? And you're just like, oh, it looks like, you know, 177.75. And then, you know, you add in that 307, that puts you at 484. And you're just like, oh, okay. So I can go up here to 484. And I can see this is, hey, where'd you go? Add horizontal line. Oh, is it like right at the same place? Oh yeah, it was. Okay. What was it on? 487? I think. No, it's 484. Get down there. Well, I don't need to be exact. But so what this means is like, you know, this is 75% of the panic. And so this becomes a resistance. You know, this is the halfway point. This becomes like a point that, what do you call it? A trend line or the mean. The point everyone is going to be aware of, and they're going to be so consciously aware of it that they're just going to gravitate towards it, if that makes sense. And so I was about to say, now that's just thinking intraday, just for that day. Now, when you want to think daily, that's where you're going to play with those same limits, but you're going to weigh them a little differently based off of how far are you from the initial like amount of volume. And so if you see that it found some type of support at like 309, you should be like, how far is that from the 50% point? And you're like, oh, it's within like 10%, within 15%. So like, what do you call it? Yeah, within 15%. Because what do you call it? If this was like 30 divided by 6, you know, they give you like 14, 15, 16 area. So you know it's within 15%, which is known as a bullish, like swinging. What do you call that? Like when you look at the ABCD pattern, those head and shoulders, all those patterns and stuff like that. If you start looking at the specific angles and then look for what kind of percentage of pulls they have, they're usually within like 20%. And this is within 20% of the midline. And so, you know, this is going to show you that it's a bullish thing, but when it went over that line, it didn't go past like 5%, which is, you know, past that 5%, that's another bullish factor. And so, you know, it comes back. And now it pulled outside of that 20% range or 15% range. And like until it reaches that point that what do you call it? Like basically this becomes like another resistance. And until it reaches like that point again, it's not going to like even think about coming back up. And so you can pretty much use like 315 as the like another resistance to like short into until this goes all the way down. But the way this can be broken is if it gets to like a late day and it's either like, you know, the day after or the day after that, and then the volume gets to like at least 30% of that first day. Anything that beats the volume in between this in this like range, you can see it slowly grind into this resistance, and then once it beats that, you're going to take off whatever momentum or volume found in this area, and it's going to have to reset, and then it's going to have to grind through that one, and then after it grinds through that one, it's going to have to grind through the one up here. And so like the panic, that's a cognitive bias kind of resistance, whereas this one, this is more of like a consistent what do you call that? It's like the same argument between the consistent resistance and the individual resistance. This one would be closer to like an individual resistance, and then these two, they would be closer to a consistent resistance. And so like you weigh them like slightly differently, but there's always an edge. You just can't be too greedy. And so like there's always a better setup outside of these like $1 billion caps. But when it comes to like longs, I just wait for it to pull a lot and then go for that small bounce. Before the pull, I just wait for it to extend so much that it's overextended and heavy, and you have a fixed risk off of where you think the top is going to be, unless it's already confirmed. Then you just go right into the already confirmed top, and that should give you enough. What do you call it? No, sorry, I was talking about the news and supply demand chart. Sir, do you have a link for this chart? Oh yeah, that's charts. What do you call it? The supply and demand chart. You can find similar stuff online, and it has the same information. The one I pulled, that was from the Freedom Challenge, and then so I don't want to like give that out for free. Like, you're not gonna pay me. Like, you have to, you know, email support or something, or just be in the Freedom Challenge. What else? I think I talked about it. Like, there's definitely a lot more you can do, like especially like dollar blocks and float rotation is a little harder on this, but yeah, that's enough of talking about that. But there's always an edge on those kind of things. All right, what's next? SAVA moving. What? Oh, me and SAV. Hey, we go way back. Yeah, we're gonna take this one off. We don't want to see the baby anymore. 81. Okay, I like the 100% extension. Then it went even further. Let's get something more detailed to see. Oh, went up to exactly 100. Oh, big boy. Let's see what these borrows look like, though. They're probably going to be really bad. So with stocks over like $10, it's okay to get like 50 cents and above. Like, I'll show you something later. SAVA. Let's see what kind of borrow fees we're looking at. Oh, hold on. It's over. Yeah. Since it's
Rejected.
So cheap. What do you? Okay, never mind.
Executed.
Let me get a little more.
Executed.
Maybe a little more. Well, first, actually, what's the news on this? There's no way it just went up like that for no reason. SAV. Okay. So it already has a confirmed top at 100. It's at 80 right now. Pull back 20%, came from 40. So 100% extension is $60. Pulled back 20%, so that's already pulled back 30% of the range. If anything, it has some resistance in the, what would that be? At 90. And I'm trying to think of why this is so cheap. It's $1 billion cap, or $2 billion cap. What's the volume? I'll replace this one. It's only 10. Yesterday was 9. Float is 4 million. Because I'm not just gonna trade stuff that's wait, let's see. Oh, it opened at 70. Okay. See, that kind of changes stuff. Okay, I like based off of okay, I didn't even look at the 2-day, did I? Dang it. That could have saved me what, $5 on borrows. Yeah, this isn't up enough as much as I would want. Okay. Instead it opened at 70. Yeah, this is only up 50 what do you call it? About 50%. So 100% would be around like 140. But that's really unlikely that's going to happen. If it's already only 10 million right now. Hold on. What does this happen? There we go. I knew something was off. So technically, this could be used as kind of a bounce short. This one kind of cancels this one. So like, I like to half them. So 100 would be where you would aim for. Yeah, it'd be like minimum $85. And then you'd risk 100. But it's only up like 40% right now. So yeah, this would be like a weird, not weird. This would be a bounce short, like at a very high price. But there's no guarantee that it's gonna go like down for a decent reward because it opened at 70, and then the day before, it was at like 56. And so if we just use like simple math, 56, like we just assume that 25% of the people are gonna just hold. We're only gonna see like about 70. And so for us to get like the minimum risk reward that we want, if we risk 100 and we want to like a risk reward of 1-to-1, you'd have to get like 85 plus just for a 1-to-1. And at that point, like the borrows are cheap, so I guess that's okay. And it's only up 50%, which is the minimum for this kind of strategy. So yeah, it's like it's very minimum. That's all I really had to say. And it's a 1-to-1. So max I'd the max I'd might put in would be Well, it's a high price stock, so that makes it different too. So like max I'd put in was like 10,000, and so that's like a tiny bit over my 1-to-1. And the only reason I do that is because it's a high stock, and it's easy to borrow right now because it's very small borrowing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say it's not worth it, but I think there will be a better play some other time versus just waiting for this to choose which way it wants to go. Now if this was like closer to 1 o'clock and then it's still in the 90s area, then that might be something. But for now, I wouldn't touch it. Like, it's not that it's dangerous, it's more of it's a waste of time. Because like I just see a 1-to-1. Like, yeah, you'd be risking here and then potentially make like 70 to probably like 65. Yeah, it would depend on the bounce. If it goes up to 90, because you'd actually wouldn't risk 100, you risk 90. So you risk like $5 to make like 15. And so that kind of makes it a 1-to-3. And so that would be better, especially since the top's already confirmed. It already pulled back about 25-30%. So yeah, risk 90, go in 85, cover 70. Yeah, it's doable. And like for this to be able to break, you would need at least let's see, 23 million float, 2 billion cap. You would need a lot. Like you need like 5 million. Well, yeah, you'll need a lot to go back up, which isn't that hard, but at the same time, it's I don't know. I don't want to lead anybody into the slaughterhouse, but I'd keep a really tight risk, because oh well, it's already past 10:30. That's enough for now. Let me pull up the comments because I don't know what happened to my YouTube. Oh, there we go. So, okay, thanks. SAVA moving word. Sweet. What am I doing? Yeah. I'll catch you guys later. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.